All right, everyone, and hello and welcome to another episode, a special episode of Stu and the Nun. We are doing this for, well, kind of a couple reasons, right, Toby? We missed this week with the Halloween, and we're testing out some new
Yeah,
speed.
happy Halloween there.
Yeah, happy late Halloween, um, for sure. But yeah, so we got a special episode. This is going to be a short broadcast. We don't have a lot of time tonight, but we wanted to do a short one. We're testing out some new audio and video and trying to see how that looks. In addition, and sounds. In addition, just cover on a couple things. And so I want to welcome you on this Sunday evening, November 5th at a little bit after 9 o'clock Eastern, 2100, 2111 actually right now in military time. And we are here. And
The old military.
oh, guess what? Guess what? All right, hold on. We're gonna stop. Hmm.
How we doing?
Well, I don't know. I don't see any music coming along, but that's okay. We're gonna stop this, and that's okay. All right, so we're back up. I think we're running. Toby, can you see?
All right.
I think we are. I think we're broadcasting right now. Uh, it appears um, that we. I don't know. Can you check Facebook, Toby? See if we are. Um, oh, yeah, that's right.
I've not gotten an alert from
No, we
Facebook.
don't. You know why? You know why we don't on Facebook? Because remember, I got to hit the stupid go live. All right. So now go live. Okay, man. I am just all out of. I am all. My feng shui is not feng shui. It is all kind of messed. Okay, we are broadcasting.
Stu and the Nun is live now on Facebook. Welcome, everybody. I'm the Nun. That is the Stu. And we're doing a special episode tonight. Real quick down and test some technical stuff. Also, because we were out on Tuesday because it was All Hallows Eve, also known as my daughter's birthday. And so we were off the air. But first and foremost, we want to just kind of give our heartfelt condolences here. I live in Central Texas. Troy spends a lot of time here, and we're absolutely heartbroken about what's gone on in Sunderland Spring. Just absolutely heartbreaking that when people gather for worship, they're cut down in hatred. And so, it's sad that that's going on, but it sounds like a good Samaritan did what he could to help the situation before it got worse. It's just been a tough week. A lot of heartbreaking things.
Yep, it has been. And do a little camera adjustment here. Hopefully it helps a little bit. Yeah, it is. It is a good guy with a gun stopped a bad person with a gun. People were just trying to a small church, 50 people, they're saying, in a town of 400, just trying to worship the Lord, trying to have a little peace and reset time on a Sunday, and that kind of thing happens. And yeah, a lot of facts are coming out, Toby. Things are still got a dog behind me. A lot of things are still coming out. There's so many things unknown. We now have a name, which we're not going to really repeat here. We have some description about his background and everything, but yeah, there's like the Las Vegas shooter, which, by the way, still, man, we haven't heard much on that one. It's still not solved or figured out yet. But yeah, here's yet another
All
one.
right, well, yeah, the thing that I really like to talk about quickly, but it's such a short night. Probably the greatest travesty in military justice happened this past week. And it's just mind blowing. It shows the separation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice from the Commander in Chief, because even he's, tweeting what a travesty. Don't know how, we got it so wrong. Like, how did this judge get it so wrong?
Yeah.
Evidence was insurmountable. There was a plea. I mean, he pled guilty. So how do you plead guilty to desertion, misbehavior in front of the enemy, and get nothing? Absolutely nothing, except a dishonorable discharge and a small financial. It just makes zero sense to the families that are now at a loss because to find him and his misbehavior and desertion. There's just no justice. There's no answer. It just makes no sense. And I got to tell you, typically we get it right. And I really, was holding out faith. I believe that this is one thing that we were going to get right. And I guess it's, that's what makes it so heartbreaking is we thought we had it. We thought righteousness would prevail. It's the situation where it should. But to get no jail time, this guy lived down the Riverwalk in San Antonio and being shuttled back and forth to the courtroom in Fort Bragg in North Carolina. He's been living in the lap of luxury and pay with BAH. Got all his back pay for being, what he claims to be a prisoner. It's just heartbreaking. It's just the injustice, the absolute injustice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little breaking up there, but I don't know. It could have been me. We have some bad storms coming through here. We've had them for the last couple of days. We got floods everywhere, and there's thunder and lightning. So if you're getting bad audio, it may not be Toby, it may be myself. But I think you got the gist of what he's saying, and I agree. I mean, Toby, I don't think anyone thought he would get life in prison, even though that was possible, because of just the visibility and everything, and on this, and just so many other factors. And I guess they were really pushing that he was mentally disabled or mentally impaired to the fact that he shouldn't have been allowed in the Army. But I think it caught everyone surprised that he got nothing, right? That he got, didn't get 5 years, 10 years, or whatever, didn't get anything. And apparently now I heard he is appealing that he's getting a bad conduct discharge, that he's appealing that he's getting a dishonorable.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, no one wants to see more loss of life. No one wants to see, we're not talking about vengeance. There's a lot of people think that I hold this opinion because I want vengeance, or I feel like, we have ownership over vengeance. Vengeance is not ours. Vengeance is, it's not ours. What we were looking for was justice, where a injustice could be corrected, not overserved, just corrected. There's a senior NCO that lives in Georgia. He's friends with a good mutual friend of ours named Robert Stokely, whose wife has to do anything for him now. One of the most heartbreaking things I ever heard is like, for them to hold hands, she has to put her hand in. He's not physically able, even though he can try and communicate that, he is not physically able to even hold his wife's hand. It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah. There was a number of soldiers that were,
where's the justice?
Right. There were a number of soldiers killed during that time in the search for him. I wrote about a few of them on my blog on Boohammer. There were a number of them that I highlighted just for whatever reason. And of course, that was my old unit that he walked away from. So I think that's why I wrote quite a bit then. And I had a number of the families reach out to me, and I'm still in contact with today. Families and very close friends. Some of his guys that were with him have reached out to several of those guys that were killed during that whole event. What the American people never realized, it wasn't just those 3 or 4 guys, Toby. They had a couple testify in court, and the one E7's wife testified. It wasn't that. The entire country stopped. Special operations, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, civilian contractors, everything. This punk said He didn't intend anyone to go looking for him. Whatever. He knew exactly what they were going to do. Everything
Yeah.
stopped. I mean, logistical flights, everything got redirected to find, and everyone knew, like many of us did, that were tied in those circles. We knew what the exact situation was the minute it happened. We knew that he walked off. We knew what he took with him. All that intel got back to us, but nobody could say anything because they weren't just if the civilian populace acts like we were just throwing, or the liberals in the left acts like we just wanted to throw him to the wind. If we would have, they never would have stepped out the wire to go look for him. They would have said, "Oh well, he got what he deserved."
And I think that's why people, myself included, feel so heartbroken about it, is because we kept the faith, even though we knew the situation. We kept the faith, and did the right thing. And then just the injustice of the trade forum. Like where we paid the enemy cash money, and then gave them people that they should not have got back, that have all like gone back onto the battlefield with money to support their habit. Just the constant injustice situation and the lack of responsibility continued. Like I know this guy apparently had to do that as the judge. I think he's exercised poor judgment, and anyone that's at Fort Bragg, because apparently, like, just ask for him. It's the wrong message to send. It's the wrong precedent, and our gold star widows. Everyone deserves better.
Yeah,
it's heartbreaking.
You said a good point on the precedent, right? Soldiers could go AWOL now, desert, whatever. They'll use this as that precedent to say, well, he got nothing, and I didn't go off and get 5 people traded for me and do everything that happened with him. I just decided to not show up for formation and go party for a weekend in Thailand, right? I came back. It just that I mean they don't realize that kind of stuff is used in further court cases and court martial cases.
And the heartbreaking thing, with the straw that continues to break the heart of the camel, we're coming off a lot of other injustices. The faith in the Uniform Code of Military Justice is gone. I mean, look at Bradley Manning. Look at everyone knows, like, there's just no consequence for extremely bad behavior. You're late for formation, yeah, you're gonna move rocks. Like, a company commander could have given a harsher punishment to Bo Bergdahl than this judge did.
Oh, absolutely.
A company commander could. I get that.
Much more than
I get that he served in an enemy's prison per se, but I got to tell you, I watched the videos, and outside of bad haircuts, he didn't look like he missed a meal. Like, he clearly cooperated. He didn't maintain the code of conduct. Like, I got a very little sympathy. Like, someone on Twitter was coming after me earlier because I'm trying to find it here.
Well, as well as I do, that we talked about this the other day, that the reason why he lived as long as he did is because they felt he was damaged goods.
Yeah, I mean, they thought he was mentally retarded, as he's clearly at a deficiency. But just because someone is a prisoner of war doesn't make them a hero.
I think our president said that once, if I remember right.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree. Someone on Twitter was getting after me, and it's like, hey, not everyone that's got medals deserving. I know a lot of people that have medals that they shouldn't have. I probably have a medal.
Was it
not everyone that
was it that Army Achievement Medal for getting the bathroom cleanest out of everyone in the company? Might have been that one.
Yeah, it's probably like the 5th supernumerary. Um, probably cheated on a supernumerary inspection one time or something. But no, like it just it's horribly sad. You know, we we embarrass ourselves, but the military continue to be the laughing stock of the international community because of these kind of failures. We forget that the world looks at us. We forget that the military are the ones out there, you know, doing the hard work. And there's no greater disrespect. There's just absolutely no greater disrespect than, you know, the travesty, continual travesty. You know, we got these guys in Leavenworth, the Leavenworth 11. They're doing life in prison for things that don't even compare to this. We have a guy, Ranger Hadley. Ranger Hadley. I'm going to talk about him real fast because I served with this fine American. This dude is Leavenworth. Zero evidence. Zero evidence. Zero forensic evidence. Zero criminal evidence. Zero anything except the word of a piece of shit that busted for smuggling drugs back into theater and testified and gave up his first sergeant, saying that his first sergeant executed something. But no body, no missing person ever recorded, nothing. There's no evidence to say this crime even happened. And that guy's doing life in prison. Yet this guy can do this and not serve a single day. I mean, it's just despicable. And like, I'm getting emotional, so I'm going to get off because like.
No, I'm with you. It is. I mean, like I said, I don't think none of us, we would have liked to have seen life in prison. I don't think any of us thought that would be reality, but we expected more than this. And I think, you know, I'm not a exact lawyer, but I don't think there's no, can anyone reverse that? Can a general officer reverse? I know a general officer doesn't go with a
no,
court-martial's recommendation.
That's the way it is. It's, you know, that's
well,
you know, like
to add salt to the wound, we know it's going to happen. We know he probably has already gotten an agent and probably gotten contacted already for a book or movie deal. We just know that's the way it's going.
With him doing like the serial podcast and stuff while he was, you know, under whatever. That dude's got a deal. He's going to come out. His dad's going to stand beside him with his beard and say, you know, soft Arabic words. It's going to be fantastic. I look forward to it. I just, man, I really, I was heartbroken about it. I really feel for the families.
Absolutely.
And I wish there was something else we could do. But hey, it looks like this test has been
okay. We'll have to check it out.
Except about Tuesday night.
What was that? I'm sorry, I stepped on you, my brother.
We'll see everybody Tuesday night. I'm heading out to LA tomorrow for a special premiere of HBO's new series, War Dog, a friend, filmed by Deborah Scranton, the same fantastic director that did Bad Voodoo's War. I'm going to be out there. It's produced by Channing Tatum. So excited to see all the Hollywood elite that are going to be there tomorrow. Quick trip, and we'll see everyone Tuesday night, and I'll give you a report of how it went in the movie, and then we'll have some of the stars of the show as well as the director and creator of the show on our I believe in 2 weeks. So super excited.
That's right. All right. Okay, everybody, we're going to let you go, and thank you for joining us. This is a short, about 16-minute broadcast. Like I say, I think I heard a couple audio things. I'm going to go back and test it and check it out, but that could be because of storms. It could be for anything. But Toby, thanks for jumping on tonight, and for those watching, thanks for jumping on. And if you came in late, just go back and watch. It's going to be up here in a second on all 4 outlets where you can find us every Tuesday. Also, Periscope, Twitch, Facebook Live, and YouTube, and of course, Spreaker. We're not on Spreaker tonight, but we're in the other 4. And we'll see you guys Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Everybody have a good night. Toby, YouTube.